Now, some of you may have heard of a channel called Destiny. It's run by a guy called Stephen Bunnell, and I think it's, as I understand it, it's a Pokimane drama channel. But it seems like this guy, Destiny, is also dipping his toes into politics, and I wanted to talk about that if I could. Oh, there we go.
Are you a Dan?
That's a dude. There we go. In all seriousness, Destiny is going over to Georgia several times over the coming weeks to canvass for the 2 senatorial elections that are going to be taking place. And as much as I'd like to make jokes about this, this is actually based as shit. So I thought it important to cover this positively. No shit. He actually got like 50 to 100 people to show up. Is he down? That's him. This individual right here, I think, is him. But anyway, yeah, there we go. Whew, that's a lot of people to get together. See, one of the things that I think people on the left, 130 people? Somebody in chat saying 130 people. That is insane. One of the things the left is really bad at doing is political organizing online. Because online leftists are all faffy fucking theater drama students who want to sit in their bedrooms and look pretty with bisexual lighting, okay? Whereas every single conservative YouTuber fantasizes about being a petty tyrant and stomping on the stomachs of pregnant women, okay? Every single conservative YouTuber, all right? It doesn't matter if they have 10,000 subscribers or 10 million. Every single one of them wants to line blacks up against the wall and shoot them down, like that bit in This Is America, okay? Every single one of them. So they're much, much more ambitious than a lot of left-leaning people are. They are. And I'm being a little facetious here, but in all seriousness, like, you do notice this, right? A lot of these conservative YouTubers are like hyper-aggressive, engaged, ambitious people who are constantly looking for clout-chasing opportunities or self-advertisement or anything they can do to get funding or to get exposure. And then we have like ContraPoints and Philosophy Tube and stuff, and they're like theater students, like they're philosophy grads. Like, again, no hate, they do good work, but like ContraPoints isn't going to be out there at a fucking rally screaming into a megaphone about the storming the banks, you know? Like, she's not her vibes, I don't think. I don't think that's what she's about. I think she'd rather make a video on that 2 months later. You know, a self-deprecating video with nice lighting. But hey, look at that. Destiny actually putting his money where his mouth is, actually getting a lot of people to show up. Yes, Michael Brooks would have done that shit. Yes, RGR does do actual policy work. Let's fucking focus. The gist of it is that Destiny, as I understand it, is going to be flying over to Georgia, all the way from California, for 3 weekends consecutively, in order to mobilize his followers to go and canvass. They're going to be doing door-to-door work. They're going to be doing everything they can, I think, working with local NGOs, because this is a significant number of people. As somebody who's done canvassing before, and I have, when you get 10 people together, that's like a good chunk of people. 100 people? That's a lot of fucking people. Jesus Christ. Yeah, apparently at 5550 we get a little Easter egg.
He's actually said amazing like 10 times for like you can say yes, he's exactly the exact same way. Yeah, 100%.
There he is.
When's your next tag team with Bosch? Bosch actually emailed me and asked if it was okay for him. Oh, actually, I'm curious. Are any of you guys here from Bosch's community, like more than mine? You can let me know. We're not going to kill anybody today. Today. There might be a program. No. So Bosch actually emailed me and he asked if it would be okay to like send some of these fans this way. So we're okay. I don't know if we'll ever like do it too. Is anyone do it? Is anyone here more of a David Kaufman fan? Because one of his moderators.
There we go. I don't know how well you can make out that audio, but I did email him, and I asked if it would be okay for me to throw some of my fans his way. And guess what I'm doing right now? Listen, I've got a cough. I've got people with pre-existing conditions who I live with. I'm terrified of COVID. If you live in Georgia, or if you live adjacent to Georgia, or you're just a fearless cunt, I strongly encourage you to go out there and participate in the organization that Destiny is currently doing. I can't currently do that. I'm sitting right here, but he's over there. And rather than needlessly dick measure and compete with him and form two competing canvassing groups, I think you should go over there. As I understand it, Destiny's organization is this canvassing is actually being organized by a guy called Doug from CA. I think he's a regular on Destiny streams. I don't really know the specifics, but he has experience in canvassing an organization, and it seems like he's fairly on the ball. Destiny is taking this seriously, by the way. I have checked out a stream a couple of times. People have linked me segments, and he's actually going over videos on YouTube on canvassing. Like recommendations for canvassing. Like, here's how you canvass, here's a way to approach X, here's a way to approach Y. This is a degree of commitment that a LARPer would not be engaging in. If Destiny was just here to get quick clout and quick attention, he would not be putting that work in. And I think that's very admirable. What is canvassing? That's a great question. Canvassing is when you go out there and you talk to folks. Yeah. Canvassing can be going door to door. Canvassing can be standing on a street corner and talking to people to go by. Most of this is going to be door to door. Door to door canvassing is what gets people like AOC and Ilhan Omar elected. This on-the-ground, door-to-door engagement was one of the ways that... Oh, God, what was the name of the woman in Georgia? Holy shit, she's like a literal fucking hero. My name's blanking right now. The woman who got like 800,000 people signed up to vote. What's the name? Stacey Abrams. Yeah. Door-to-door canvassing is the bedrock of populist mobilization. And Destiny and Doug from CA are both doing real work right now, and I cannot overstate how essential it is that we win these Senate elections. Both of them are capable of being won. Both of them are within our grasp, albeit marginally. They're like coin tosses, both. So we have to work harder than them. And Destiny is not the only person going out to Georgia. People like Nick Fuentes, people like Alex Jones, they're also over there. We have to compete with this work. We have to do better than them. Thankfully, we will do better than them, because as maladjusted as you motherfuckers are, Nazis can't do canvassing, as it so happens. Imagine your average poll user going door to door. You fucking kidding me? These people can't talk. These people can't talk with other people. They don't have those social skills. So that's our advantage. Some of you are at least marginally socially competent. I tease. Nobody's good at canvassing right off the bat. We have to get out there, and we have to show our support. So listen, if you are in Georgia, you're in the Georgia area, here's what I suggest to you. Get a COVID test, please. And depending on the results of that test, I strongly encourage you to follow up with Destiny. I would give you specific instructions, but the information, the meeting times, all of those are going to change. They're going to be dependent on information coming out of his community. Destiny's subreddit is probably a pretty good place for you to get this information. Like I said, this is a Pokimane drama subreddit at the moment. But past that, I strongly encourage you to keep up with this information, because it is very possible, it is excessively possible, that you might end up being part of a pivotal move to secure the Senate of the United States of America. It is difficult to overstate how important these senatorial elections are. Okay? So if you're capable of doing that, go over there. All right? There's not any weird Destiny Vosh feud or any of that stupid bullshit. Okay? We're united in our interest in a blue Senate. So do it if you can, and if you are capable of doing so. A couple of quick notes on canvassing. A lot of you are maybe thinking that would be a really cool social experience. I could meet new people and totally fucking make some new friends and stuff. But canvassing sounds terrifying. Well, canvassing isn't as scary as you probably think it is. Done canvassing. I've done multiple types of canvassing. I've done door-to-door canvassing. I've done stand on a corner canvas and talk to people as they, yeah. Wait, I don't get it. Is Destiny running for office? You can canvass for people who aren't you. They're canvassing for. You don't have to canvass for you. You can also canvass for other people. Like Warnock and Ossoff. You can canvass for those guys. Destiny is not running for the Senate. To my knowledge. Anyway, canvassing can be a lot of fun, okay? And by the way, it'll make you a better political agent, a better political worker. Because what a lot of people don't realize is that the engagement we do here represents the sliver of political actors who are online savvy. Most people aren't. And a lot of people who disagree with you do so for incredibly banal and silly and shallow reasons, okay? Most people who are like, let me give you an example, anti-gay marriage, a lot of them aren't like frothing bigots. A lot of them just have these kind of passive ideas that they've accepted, and they're like, I don't know, it's just like weird, and like, I don't know if they could like raise a kid, because don't you like need a mom, and like isn't like marriage traditional thing? But they don't like have incredibly strong attachments to these values. A lot of these are just them passively accepting some of the social norms that they've adopted from the people around them, you know? A lot of these values, a lot of these beliefs can be pushed back on, especially when it comes to stuff like senatorial races. Ossoff and Warnock would absolutely be better for their constituencies and for this country than the conservative counterparts they're running against. You can make those cases. And the feeling that you can get when you are talking with somebody who disagrees with you, but then 2 minutes later comes around to agreeing with you, is sublime. It is beyond description. It beats any online debate, ownage, epic, pwned shit imaginable. It is unbelievable. And the feeling that you will get in doing so, the knowledge that you've potentially moved a person over to the left forever, or at least over to the Democrats, that sticks with you. You know, that really does. We should all make it a personal project to move around the people who we have in our surrounding. You all want to be the Age of Empire monk. You all want to turn people over to side blue, okay? You want to move them over to blue, and then you want to move them over to red. You know, you want the further left red. Get involved if you can. And if you don't want to canvass, by the way, there are organizations that you can phone bank with. Phone banking is also a lot of fun. It's canvassing, except you don't have to leave. You don't have to go to the house. Also fun. Vosh, I was at the meeting in Georgia. Really? Giro Zappelli, or Hero Zappelli, depending on the pronunciation. Did you have a good time? This initial meetup that Destiny did, it was only a test meetup to see how many people would show up. It seems like his expectations were defied, which I think is lovely. And thank you to this person, Polar's World, for filming all of it. I remember, I saw bits of this. He kept joking everyone there was white, which, haha, true. That's Destiny's community, full of white people. Unlike my community, very racially diverse. Go and have a good time if you can, you know? But wait, they voted for Biden? Guess a lot of Destiny fans didn't go out there and vote, probably because they're so young. Yo.
Bosh?
Yo.
Hey, man.
Yo. Wait, can you hear me? Do I have push to talk on?
No, you're fine.
Okay, gotcha. Because for Among Us, you have to set push talk. Howdy.
Hey, how you doing, man? I really appreciate you watching the vid on stream. It's really cool to see you like supporting Destiny in this and like, getting people out. Like this means a lot, I think, to a lot of people.
Yeah, of course. I mean, this is something we all need to transition into doing anyway. Um, the online stuff is fun, but at the end of the day, it's ultimately fucking worthless unless you actually affect like real world events. So,
Yeah.
yeah, this is a pretty important step in doing that. And I think Destiny's willingness to go ahead with this, in spite of, I don't know if he thinks he's immune or if he got some sort of fucking smuggled Cuban vaccine ahead of the rest of us or something, but he does not give a shit. He's flying out like 4 times, you know?
Yeah, like I live in Georgia, right? And I have someone at home that's at high risk. So I think I'm gonna go to the next couple events, see what I can do. But yeah, you're right. Man's really doing everything that he can with coronavirus going on.
Yeah, I
So,
will. I especially with my cough, I don't feel
mhm,
comfortable exposing myself to that sort of stuff.
mhm,
But so a lot of people are concerned fundamentally about like COVID, and I
mhm.
completely understand that. But I think this is probably like the most pivotal set of Senate races, maybe in the past 200 years of the United States of America. So, um, it's really important that we win this. I feel like this is one of those acceptable risk situations, at least if you live in the area or if you don't have people who you live with who are who have pre-existing conditions, you know?
Yeah, I would say that like, and this is really interesting in Georgia because I've been involved at least in the political scene here for I think the past couple of years, especially after Stacey Abrams got like a lot of people would say she was stolen the election by like Kemp. There's been actually like a really like there's been this really large blue like I want to say hype in the area.
Mhm.
So like getting these 2 Senate seats, I think are really important in the sense of like we get the Senate, but maybe turning Georgia permanently blue or like at least letting it become like a permanent battleground state is something that I would love to see.
How mad
Um,
would they be? Oh God. If
so bad.
2024 Georgia, Florida, and Texas are all swing states, that's gonna
Oh,
feel real bad for them.
all the memes, man. And to think a black woman did it, that's hey, that'll be real. They'll get real mad too. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Oof.
how was the what is it called? The Yakubian energy emanating from the event.
Oh, I made a lot of memes there talking about how white it was, but in reality, it was pretty chill. Like I didn't expect to see that many black people, to be honest.
I mean, it
But
is Georgia, right? I would hope
yeah, it is
statistically,
Georgia. Yeah.
if you're in fucking Georgia and 130 people show up to a meetup and every single one of them is white, that's probably a fucking warning sign right off the bat.
Yeah, that's probably the sign to get out. No, but it was pretty chill. Like it was cool to see. I think Doug of CA has been doing a lot of work there.
Mhm.
So I mean he's been really cool about it. I know he's been helping Destiny a lot when it comes to like the actual practicality of canvassing because I think he worked on like some of the Biden stuff in California. So it was actually pretty chill. They taught like a mini canvassing class. I didn't get to put that on stream because Doug didn't want to be like filmed, and I respected that.
Mhm.
But it's actually pretty cool. There was a lot to be learned. A lot of the people there were genuinely interested in like doing things. Some, for like, I'm part of DGG, and some for like actually getting involved in canvassing. So it's cool to see all like the political hobbyists come out and do what we love to talk about on the internet.
Yeah, I mean, political hobbyism is great and all, but I think you can extend that into the real world. I mean, it's pretty fun just seeing other people from an online community, you know, in person. I've only done a meetup once. It was after
Mhm,
the Bernie Sanders rally in Tacoma, and I was literally a fraction of the current size that I am now
mhm.
back then. And even back then, I was recognized like a bunch of times at that rally, and it was really, and that's still political hobbyism because it was a rally. It wasn't like canvassing or anything like that. But the feeling of meeting with people online or that you know online in person, I think, is honestly worth, at least I would hope for a lot of people in my community, any of the social anxiety they might incur from actually doing the canvassing, you know?
Yeah, I think I know a lot of people talk about this, but like people will get into like online political communities as a way to like not feel I don't want to say as lonely, but like make friends and like get into a really cool community. And I think it's cool to see that some content creators are like taking that out into the real world and like doing some really good stuff with it. So I think that's pretty cool. And I hope that's like a model for a lot of like political people on the internet in general, like utilizing some of those online political aspects. I think that's
Yeah,
pretty
I think
chill.
what a lot of left-leaning YouTubers need to realize is we have an insane amount of power. A lot of people don't like they can't fully fathom it because for YouTube all you see is the analytics, you know? But
Mhm.
if you have like on your analytics page, it's like how many unique viewers over the past month, like 1.52 million. Like, you have you have more power than some news stations do with regards to the number of people that you can reach. And you may not have the institutional legitimacy, but that doesn't mean shit when you're doing actual organizing. When you're organizing, it doesn't matter if you're a DGG or a VGG or a fucking CNN correspondent. When you're doing organizing, you're just a body. And in that sense, that's where populism reigns. And that's the advantage that we have. So I think that a lot of, I think there's so much work we could do. I feel like I got it on the back foot with this election, but at least for 2022, I'm hoping we can get like really, really involved, generally speaking, with political organizing.
Oh yeah, me too as well. I think like these midterm elections are going to be like really important. I've spent at least a lot of time looking at like or talking about with a lot of people what it's supposed to look like, and I think if we can do this form of like converting online communities into like real political forces, I think we could have like a massively measurable impact. And I think you talked about it with like analytics and like having like you see like the millions of views. And I think an thought aspect of that is like just think about the money that people will get from like donors or something. I'm not saying that everyone should like all these like content creators should just donate all of the money that they have to like these political like organizations, but like I was thinking if I ever get larger or something, or if another content creator, but like maybe like doing a donation stream and just working on fundraising, right?
Yeah, I want to make a pack for
yeah.
2022. That's my goal. If you
yeah.
watch me, you've probably heard that, but that's the dream, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I think that's super based. Yeah,
even $250,000 can influence some house seats, like pretty significantly.
Yeah,
There are purple districts in certain parts of the country where the Republican and Democrat candidates are both working with dollar amounts in the tens of thousands. They don't even breach 6 digits, you know? Enough money spent in 1 or 2 districts, you know? If you can just get one fucking progressive congressperson in, you feel if I did that, I would feel like I own that person. Even though I'll never speak a word to them. I'll never talk to them directly, you know, or whatever, but like I'll feel that way, you know? Anytime they vote that way, I'll be like, hey, yeah, it's my vote.
that's your that's your candidate.
Yeah, it's my guy up there. You know, and it's the jokes write themselves. Anyway, thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate you going out there and filming. Hopefully you do it again in the future. Since Destiny didn't bring his 400-pound streamer backpack, I guess. And please, next time you go out there, after you're done, DM me again on Discord. I'd like to talk to you again.
Hey, that'd be really cool. Vosh, I think I've been watching you since. Oh, I've been watching you since what was it like when you had the really bad setup, like the one that was like tilted at your face. I've been like a long fan, been a big fan
Back
of your
in
community.
my old apartment, the one where it was like 90 degrees to the side.
I remember the Irish laddie days, and you've come far, so it's cool to see that you're interested in this kind of stuff as well. I appreciate it. It's cool to see people
that before Destiny was. Yeah. Yeah. By the way, this is twitch.tv/Polars World, POLARS World, and you should go and look there, folks.
Yeah, I'll be streaming in 30 minutes. Maybe doing some React Andy content. Not my best, but it's what.
All right. Well, don't. You can't go over there till my stream's done. Okay. All right. Be well, man.
See ya. Bye.
Bye. Cool dude. Nicely done, people. Go team. Gamer. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, good person? Yeah. It would be extremely regrettable if a divide between my community and Destiny's prevented us from being politically efficacious in this respect. Is your relationship with Destiny improving anytime soon? This has literally nothing to do with my relationship with Destiny. Even if I despise Destiny, and I'm not capable of feeling those emotions for drama as petty as the one between him and I would still do exactly what I'm doing right now. My obligation to political efficacy is much greater than whatever petty drama I find myself getting into online. Or at least I would hope. I mean, you know, I would like to believe nobody's perfect. God. People, But you don't like hate him or anything, right? I just said I don't hate him. No. God. Talk about destroy quaked. I'll just wait for the courts to dismiss it. The hearing in PA with Rudy Giuliani. Did you see it? Yeah, I saw it. Excuse me. What's the drama between you and Destiny? Destiny would always boast to me in DMs that he was actually taller than me, but when we met up in LA right before COVID started, we measured, and I was actually taller than him, and he got really, really, really mad. So he shoved me, but in shoving me, I like stepped back, and he tripped, and he fell down a flight of stairs, and I went down to get him, but he had already ran off. By the next time I saw him, he was shit-talking me on stream. You know? Please tell them you're lying. Wait, no, that's not true. Wait, a lot of you are gonna think that's true. Wait, no, that's okay. It's not true. Disclaimer. No, that happened. I saw it. Yeah, the real drama. The real drama was I was down in LA and I was shopping and I actually saw and I recognized Destiny. And I was like, oh, hey, man. And he was like, dude, move. And he went over and he was holding like all these rolls of toilet paper. And he went over to the counter and no, stop. Okay. Stop. Well, I don't even know the full copy pasta. I'd fucking butcher it. Chill.